see. Alright, welcome to another video. My name is Nicole. I've got a Tesla Model 3 rear-wheel drive, and today we're going to be just showcasing and just doing like a little what do they call it? The blur thingies, the speed thing, the time lapse of just driving through Melbourne City, because I haven't seen many FSD city driving, and so I thought I'd just showcase. I'll blur through quite a lot of it, and I'll just pause only when there's an incident or something happens or I have to disengage or something like that. So yeah, welcome to Melbourne. If you're viewing from elsewhere, you get to see a little bit of the city and how FSD navigates through kind of busier streets. Really took off there. Go Tesla. I am in hurry mode, full self-driving supervised, and so it is supposedly driving as fast as it can to get me to my destination as quick as it can. Now, it's amazing how when you're driving and you're paying, I guess, more attention on traffic and making decisions depending on what you remember and how the kind of road or the traffic is at different times of the day. There's a lane that we're turning into, so there's 4 lanes if you want to take the side turning lane as well as a lane, and the side turning lane often fills up with cars trying to turn right. However, their light turns red before this one turns green, and so that line can get banked up, especially when it's really busy. And so if you're in the lane that I'm in at the moment, you often can't quite get into the turn because it gets blocked. So it's not a lane that I would normally choose. I guess at this time of day it's kind of okay. We're going to be alright, and it looks like it has cleared a little bit enough so that we can get around. But usually I'm in the outside lanes to get around. See here, and it's going to handle this okay. Just had to pop out a tiny little bit. But yeah, usually it's blocked, so you can't actually get around into the lane that I'm in because the cars turning right are in the way. But I noticed I'd driven this route with FSD in another day, and it handled it really well. It looked for the gap on the left, and then it just turned out a little bit and turned back in as it needed to without any hesitation. Just jumping into the left lane because we are going to be turning left. I know a lot of people have complained about version 13, me being one of them, about how it always chose the lane too late and then would get stuck in the wrong lane and wouldn't have time to shift over. Or it would try shift over. Well, now it's even doing the worst thing, because we're now going to get stuck in the wrong lane. This lane actually turns left onto the freeway. There's enough cars, so it's on its way back in. So people were complaining that it was just making a decision too late, and would just then totally miss the turn. Now it seems to be, that problem seems to have fixed itself, and it's now giving itself enough time to get into the right lane for traffic. And when it's busy like this, where there's heaps of cars, it just makes sense. Allez, allez, allez! Oh, acceleration. So it's 40 here. It's picked up. It saw the 40 sign. It's picked up 40. However, traffic is going a little bit faster, and it seems to be keeping up with the traffic, even though this is a more details. In Victoria, we are in school holidays, so it's not actually valid for today and last week. so two weeks in a row. But usually this would be a fine if we got caught. So we were driving 55 in a 40 zone. I just got a notification from my wife. She keeps asking me how far I am when I'm on my way home. And so I gave her access to the Tesla app. She's not a driver, she hates driving. And so that she can actually see where the car is. And so I don't have to keep responding, yes, I'm on my way, I'm 10 minutes away, I'm 15 minutes away. She can see exactly how far I am and what I'm doing in the car, pretty much, if she wanted to, what song I'm playing, what temperature I have the car, and all that information. I was wondering with that, if there was a way to give somebody that access, but without giving them access to open the door, to unlock the door. And I couldn't find anywhere that gave me that information. Apparently, if you give them access to the app, they then have access to unlock and lock the car. My only worry with that is she never locks her phone, and so were somebody to steal her phone, they could potentially get access to the car. They still wouldn't be able to drive it because I have a PIN, but yeah, they'd be able to access the interior. And for those of you that are unaware, Teslas, just a fun fact, Teslas are one of the least stolen cars because they have so much security. One, the cameras are always monitoring through Sentry mode. That's of course if you have it activated. Two, you need the person's phone to access the car, which is a possibility. Three, you can set a PIN for the car, and this means that you can't access or drive the car without a PIN. So you need to know the PIN number. Very good, Tesla. There's a car there trying to squeeze into the gap. However, Tesla saw there was a car there, so it started to indicate to switch lanes. I always wonder, and if you are a Tesla driver and use FSD, do you wonder as well if people actually realize when the car is actually driving itself and when it's not? And do you get any looks? I would love to hear in the comments if that's something that you have encountered, people being surprised that you're not driving. I guess it's not as obvious. I don't have any tint on my car, so people can actually see straight through if they wanted to. However, it can look like my hands are at the wheel, even though I'm not touching the wheel and I'm not pushing any pedals. So we are turning left shortly, and it wanted to get into the left lane. However, it saw there was a parked car there, and so it switched straight back. Well done, nice work. And while we're talking FSD, I'm also really interested to know, for those of you that also use the system, driving Teslas, what you do when you encounter cops. Because I think legally you have to have your hands on the wheel or close to it. Do you guys drive with your arms crossed like this? Do you put your hands at your side? Do you pretend you're driving? I mean, it's a really grey area at the moment, and I don't think there's any laws as such that they can use to charge you. However, yeah, what do you do? I'd be very interested to know. Thinking people are looking at me as if I'm one of those weird, lost their mind Tesla drivers, but I'm talking to myself. Good girl, Tesla. Giving way for the beautiful woman. Another pet hate I have with FSD is tram tracks. I don't know if you guys have it wherever you live and where you use FSD, but tram tracks are such a pain. The car tends to try and drive on the tram tracks, which means because they're slippery, the car is just wobbling everywhere. In version 13, it started off always driving on the tram tracks, and then it started to get a little bit better, and then it was just like 5% of the time it was on the tram tracks, and yeah, that made it usable, because I knew it wouldn't stay on the tram tracks. It would drive on them for a little while and then switch to just having one wheel off. But it seems with version 14, as you can see, we are directly on the tram tracks and the car is moving from side to side, which is really frustrating. At slow speeds like this, it's kind of fine, it's not so bad, but at higher speeds, it is it's very annoying. We just, I'd say up. I nearly said we just missed that pothole, but we went into it. Sometimes I think FSD is always built so that, you know, the manufacturer, Tesla, would get a lot more money in terms of repairs because of all the potholes that the cars drive through. It's something that is still being worked on, I believe, but sometimes it seems like the car veers towards potholes. Another little error. I believe it was 50 up until here, yet the car was seeing 40, which means it's staying at a very slow pace. But this is definitely a school zone, so it's doing well to be in the right speed. Now, the road we're on at the moment is High Street, and High Street changes speed all different times of the day from 60 to 40, and you can see it's 40 at the moment. It's 40 from 8 till 9, and then in the school zones like, I don't know, 2 till 3 or 30 or something, and the car will constantly drive at 40 because it'll constantly see the 40, even though interspaced with that is is flashing lights saying 60. So it'll see the 60, but by the time it speeds up to 50 or so, it'll see a 40 and then drop back down again, which is very frustrating. So this is not a great road to drive outside the hours it's 40, because it'll continuously stick to 40. So here's a 60 sign. Let's see if it sees this. It has. However, it's staying at 40 for whatever reason. And pothole. But it missed that pothole. So there's no cars behind me at the moment, so I'm not going to give it a push, but normally in this scenario, I would give it a little bit of encouragement with the accelerator to push it up to 60. But not only am I not in a hurry to get where I'm going, there's no cars behind me, so I'm not holding anybody up. However, had I done that, I would have got through this red light. Oh well, it is what it is. I've also selected driveway as my parking preference, and so the last time I actually came home with FSD, it actually drove straight into my driveway, which I was really happy about, and I was actually really surprised. But every time before that, it has just pulled over to the opposite side of my house if I was, coming from the opposite side, which was very frustrating. And there's a car behind me, so I'm going to kind of gauge how it does. Speeding up, and now it's slowed down to 35, which is the right thing to do. does. It's indicating right. Let's see if it actually pulls into my drive. It's a very narrow drive, so it's always a little bit of a can it do it, can it not? I'm gonna totally trust FSD. Let's do this. Look at that. Straight into the drive, and I mean, it could have driven a little bit further, but it did really well. And even goes back into easy entry, which pushes the seat back and the steering wheel forward. I'd say about 8 out of 10 FSD.